This is about exploration. I read a couple of books about character, the qualities a man might possess that would give him a strong character. And the books were almost exclusively about men, a drawback for me, because I certainly enjoy strong character in a woman. I've written before about the classic list of virtues: prudence, justice, fortitude, temperance, faith, hope, and charity. One of the books had short biographies of 7 men, and the quality that they shared was a strong faith. Faith is powerful because when you truly believe in something besides yourself, that externalizes your belief and makes you, in that way, a servant, a follower, and your loyalties can be fierce and unbreakable. You might give up on yourself, but you would never yield for the one you believe in, usually a god. Your strength becomes the god's strength, and with it you can move the proverbial mountains. Unfortunately, this can also lead to the fanaticism, the true believers, the ones who drink the Kool-Aid, and that can be powerful too, and murderous. Faith is always blind, and it is not always meek and humble. The other book was about explorers and what they need to do what they do. The author kindly provided a list, and the book gave numerous examples of each critical factor. He says the 7 traits common to all explorers are curiosity, hope, passion, courage, independence, self-discipline, and perseverance. These are vital to explorers not only to see them through to their well-nigh impossible goals, but also to get them through the inevitable failures, setbacks, losses, doubts, weaknesses, and ills that will beset them on the way. The author had a dark sense of humor about this. His subtitle was A Story of Fearless Outcasts, Blundering Geniuses, and Impossible Success. The stories he told were absolutely harrowing. No explorer worthy of the name ever escaped mortal danger, terrible trials, and tribulations. In fact, some are remembered not for what they did, or even tried to do, but for how much they suffered in the attempt. Robert Falcon Scott is a notable example of this. One of the greatest explorers of all time, a man who sprinkled England's royal names around the globe, Captain James Cook, came to his eventual end in the midst of his 3rd circumnavigation of the world, when he was savagely killed, boiled, and eaten. When you sign on to be an explorer, all your chips are in. Of course, while I was reading this, I was thinking about my own list, and certainly that would begin, and might even possibly end, with courage. Courage is indispensable if you are going to attempt to do anything beyond mere survival. And even if you stick to that base level, you're going to need it sooner or later. There is a quote in the book by C.S. Lewis to the effect that courage may not be the only thing you need to succeed in your endeavors, but it's the one in play when all the others are tested. It's not easy to be brave. Exploration is devising a course, and courage is sticking to that course, no matter what. And of course the journey will be filled with many adversarial and daunting no matter whats, and come what mays, things that call out for you to cease, turn back, and quit. An explorer can fail, all of them do, but they can't quit. That's sort of a pact you make with yourself when you set out, the old no turning back pact, the pledge that you will not quit. It's rather like an act of faith, something you can't betray. So courage is the engine that keeps you going, and I would have to say that Integrity is also what keeps you going, a commitment to a promise that you cannot break. Explorers lead life at a higher pitch. It's not a better life, perhaps, but it is constantly precarious, intense, and extreme, and sometimes, with luck, astonishing. It is a life built on risk and reward, high risk, high reward. Courage helps to handle the risk. It's probably unnecessary to note that living a life is nothing but an extended exploration. I'll note it anyway. Sail on.